Hello and welcome to the October edition of the Habitat Home Show. I'm your host, David Malk. Thanks for joining us today. Really excited about the show that we have in store for you today. We've got a terrific special guest planned, Norm Miozzi. Norm is the new Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity of Greater Dayton, so we're going to have an extensive interview with him to talk about his vision and everything that's led up to this moment of him becoming the Executive Director. We've also got a great Restore segment planned for you. We started a new program at the Restore, which is our community store located near downtown Dayton, where we have what's called Deal of the Week. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about that program and how you can get some great deals at the Habitat Restore coming up over the next month. We also have a tremendous segment, Norm's Know-How, where we're going to give you some helpful tips to improve your home. So with that, we're going to start out. As I mentioned, we've got a wonderful guest with us, Norm Miozzi. Norm, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dave.
Norm has now been the Executive Director as of this taping for 2 days. So how's it going in your new role as Executive Director?
Well, of course, it's awesome. Like I say, it's a great thing. I'm very excited about it. Fortunately, Dave, I am not new to the affiliate, right? So I've been with our affiliate for 8 years, and under, of course, working with Diane Graham, our outgoing Executive Director, I think has been a huge plus for me. Like I say, we are on a great path right now as far as our affiliate goes, and like I say, I'm just very excited to take it further, serve more families.
Tremendous. Mm-hmm. Well, let's start off just maybe getting to know you a little bit, Norm. Sure. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and maybe a little bit about your family?
Sure. I am married, have 2 children. They're actually I have a daughter in college, and my son is a senior in high school. I've been married to my wife for it's been about 34 years now, so that's a long time. I was born and raised in the Cleveland area. Come from a large family. Actually, I'm one of 12 children. I know that many people I've met are aware of that story, but I think growing up in a large family has kind of helped shape me to the person that I am, right? Of course, my family upbringing was faith was a very important part of our lives, so I feel fortunate, that all of that together has kind of led me to Habitat, along with some of my other life experiences. Mm-hmm. Started out actually in let's say on the construction side. My father had a small remodeling company as I was growing up, and I remember being, let's say, just younger than we would allow people to work nowadays, right? But I was, doing a lot of things in the construction industry at a young age. Eventually ended up in Dayton, Ohio, because actually when I graduated high school, came to the University of Dayton. And so studied mechanical engineering at UD, and that is actually where I met my wife while I was at UD. She was not a UD student, but same kind of thing. That's how I ended up here in Dayton.
Okay, go Flyers.
Go Flyers, amen.
Absolutely. So you mentioned going to UD and coming from Cleveland. How did you end up kind of getting involved with Habitat for Humanity or landing? Because I know you've been with Habitat. This isn't obviously your first role.
Right.
You've been with Habitat for 8 years now?
8 years.
Is that 8 years? Mm-hmm. So what brought you to Habitat initially?
So after my wife and I married, we actually moved to Atlanta. I had her brother down in Atlanta was a real estate developer. And so I went down to Atlanta and actually started building homes in Atlanta. Did that for about 10 years. And then moved back to Dayton actually when we were first, when my wife was going to actually have our first child, which was my daughter, because her mom was in this area. And then worked for one of the residential construction companies here in town. And when the economy slowed, an opportunity actually came up here at Habitat for Humanity. Habitat at the time was looking to enhance the construction side of course, what we do. Actually, the president of the Home Builders Association at the time said something to me about the job availability. And actually, I came in and interviewed with Diane, and the rest is, as they say, history. So, yeah.
I know as someone who's works at the affiliate, we just feel so blessed to have had you on that construction side and field operations side for such a long time, and you've just been a tremendous resource and asset and a person we all look up to on that side. So I know, speaking from the other employees there at Habitat, we're all just thrilled that you've now stepped up to the executive director position, and we all are just really looking forward to the things that you're going to do in that role. So maybe just for people that don't know a lot about Habitat, or maybe they just caught us on TV and hearing about it maybe for the first time, or know very little, can you talk a little bit about the mission of Habitat and maybe even what you see as the mission, going forward, and what we're going to be able to do in the community?
Sure. So, the mission of Habitat basically is seeking to put God's love into action by bringing people together to build homes, communities, and hope. And so, with that broad scope, right, in mind, our mission really is to provide home ownership opportunities for families that may not have the opportunity through traditional means or traditional resources. So that's what people know us, they think about Habitat building houses, right? And they see, a lot of that as far as in our media. One of the other things, of course, that we do is we also do renovations on homes. So in the Dayton area, there are a lot of properties that have been either abandoned or foreclosed upon, or properties even sometimes that are donated. But of course, we don't just do new homes. We feel it's important to try to stabilize neighborhoods, with maybe renovating a structure that's in a nice area that we've got that one house that just has issues. And then of course, we help provide shelter to families, who are already in their homes, but maybe need repairs, critical repairs, that are necessary for them to be able to continue to live in the houses that they currently own.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then talk a little bit about maybe your vision going forward, where you see us going in the next, say 5 to 10 years, or what stamp you're going to put on the agency as far as being the executive director.
Sure. So where I see our affiliate going is just having a larger impact on the community, and really building communities. We've been fortunate. We have a lot of organizations throughout the Miami Valley, and of course we're in Montgomery and Greene County right now. But we may even have opportunities outside of there. But we have so many organizations, so many companies that support us. I see us taking what we do as far as our impact to more of a community level. One of the things that we're doing now is as we are building in a certain area, we're trying to impact not just the one house, but we're also looking to the neighbors who live on the street to see if there are things that we can help them with as we're in the area doing our construction or doing our renovations, and to really have an impact on the community. And then even maybe even larger community impact. I have visions, I have my dreams, things that we can do. Actually, there's a lot of need, like in this area. I don't think people realize how many people really are looking for affordable housing. Yeah.
Absolutely. I know as I go out into the community and talk about our program a little bit, I was just at DECA prep school yesterday, and just had a chance to talk to some parents about what we do, and there was literally a line of people once I explained kind of what Habitat was all about and how to maybe access the opportunity, there was a line of 15 people that wanted to talk to me individually and just get more details and learn more about it, because it is a pretty neat opportunity that we offer as far as the affordable interest rate on the on a home loan, and on a, in most cases, a brand new house that you can purchase from our organization, from Habitat. So
yeah, Dave, and the truth, like you said about the line, they say that about 40% of the people in our area still live in substandard housing, and the fact that you had that that immediate response, I think speaks to that. I don't think people really realize the struggles, and of course then the opportunity that we provide, and I don't know that people really realize the other thing too is that the families that we serve that are in our program, are they're the same people that take care of your, they're the nurses, they're the the people that work at the stores that you shop at, they're the people that work in the some of the manufacturing plants that we still have here in town. So people with good steady incomes, but the kind of income that may not be enough again for a traditional mortgage, whereas in our program that's the one thing, is our affordable mortgage. We make the mortgage affordable so that they can achieve the stability, right, that a house brings or a home brings, and the effect that it has on their, not just them, but on their children and on their grandchildren. And of course, we've seen that time and time again with our families. So,
looking to the future, and I know we have some amazing partnerships that we have at Habitat for Humanity of Greater Dayton. One of the most amazing, I think, is if you look at the resource of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, about 40%, and I know this having served in the volunteer role, 40% of our overall volunteers actually come in some way, shape, or form from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. So to have that sort of people power to help us on a daily, weekly basis really enables us to do some great things, especially on our volunteer side as far as building and things of that nature. Are there any other key partnerships that you see that we have out there that you want to enhance or build upon, or want to talk about a little bit?
So the volunteers is a huge part of it, because we actually manage about 3,500 to 4,000 volunteers per year, right, to do what we do. Partnerships, I think the one thing that stands out to me is back in Habitat's infancy, right, when we were first developing as an organization, we had more specific faith-based partnerships. We have some now, right, that are some of our, probably our most long-standing and our best relationships. But one of the things I'd like to do is re-engage, the faith community. I know that there are some strong, church congregations that we've been able to work with on a short-term basis, and I believe it's a good thing of course for us and for our families, but the other thing it helps to do is to re-engage the church congregations, right? Because they can actually engage younger members that a lot of churches are trying to do as churches age. Absolutely. Right? Yeah. It's all about bringing younger people together, and we give that opportunity, of course, on our build sites or at our offices or at our restore.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's as you look at the younger generation and millennials or what have you, the 20-somethings, they're looking for opportunities to engage with their friends and do something positive in the community, and we offer the perfect opportunity for that, to come out to our build site, to feel like you've accomplished something, in some cases meet the person who's going to be purchasing the Habitat home, and to have an enjoyable day with their friends, and post that on their social media and take some selfies or whatever that might look like. But I think young people, and you can see it in the campus chapters that we have at Wright State University and the University of Dayton. We probably have over 200 young people between those two chapters that are engaged with us on a weekly, monthly basis and volunteer on our site. And I think that extends into the 20-somethings, the people in their early 30s, that they want to be engaged in the community, they want to help out, and we offer the perfect vehicle for that.
Yeah, and that's a great point too, Dave, is that with those campus chapters, and I believe the UD chapter is one of the oldest campus chapters in Habitat.
Yep.
But another place where we would like to, of course, increase maybe our touch would be with some of the other campuses in town. Actually, I did a short radio show up at Central State University a couple weeks ago, and they mentioned that they would like, or they'd be interested in starting a chapter. But a lot of it is, with any volunteerism, it's just, sometimes it's just getting started, and the groups like that we have at Wright State and of course the University of Dayton, those types of volunteers tend to stay engaged, of course, as they continue on through their lives and pass it on to their children.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about as far as taking on this new role and looking forward?
What really motivates me is of course I'm excited about growing our affiliate, but what really motivates me is the stories that our families bring back to us about the change, the generational change that we've made in their lives. When we, like I say, when we have the homeowners that, number one, when they pay off their mortgages, what a great event that is for us, but what a great thing for them, to have those successes and the dreams of home ownership really come to fruition. And then the stories that we hear about, the young man in our program whose mom, right, when he was about 10 years old, through, I think it was 2 cycles, was finally approved to join the program. And because of the fact that he knew where he was going home at night, and a lot of his friends didn't, he knew that he could go home and do his homework. He knew that he could go home and actually play his violin.
Yep.
Right? And the fact that he, through that, was accepted into a very prestigious college of music, and is such a, to me, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
It's that, and the families, the stories about the children as they grow. I could speak for days on that. That's what I'm most excited about.
Are there any big projects coming up or anything really exciting you want to share with our audience?
Well, so in actually towards the end of September, we're starting our Women Building Together project, which is in Fairborn, and this is a project where actually we encourage women-owned businesses, of course women in general, to volunteer on the job sites to basically, again, make it a more comfortable atmosphere. About half of our volunteers are women anyway, so it's not like we have a lot of women volunteers, but this is just something specifically targeted, and then we serve, of course, a single mom, and it's just, like I say, it's a great program. We have some other events coming up, of course. We have what we call our mayors and managers meeting, so we bring together leaders of all the local municipalities just to talk about different ways that we can partner, if there are ways we can get better as an affiliate to better serve their communities. That's, like I say, it's another great thing.
So as a kind of a final thought, as far as if people want to get involved, whether volunteering, maybe learn about how to possibly become a homeowner, maybe sponsor, get their business involved, what's the best way to reach out to us and find out some more information? All
right. So, of course, the best way, depending on how you like to communicate, of course, is through our website, which is just DaytonHabitat.org. And so we have a pretty nice website right now, but we actually will have a new one coming online very soon. But on our website, of course, you can get information regarding how to donate, how to volunteer, of course, how to become a partner family, and then, of course, about our Restore as far as that goes. Or you could also call the main offices at 937-586-0860, and then basically go through the prompts depending on which department you want, whether it's family services or the Restore. And then the Restore has its own number, which is 222-2296. And so that's, like I say, we are as available as can be.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for your time today, Norm. We really enjoyed speaking with you. best of luck to you in your new position, and appreciate you joining us for the interview.
All right, thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
First, I want to thank you all for volunteering to help Habitat for Humanity build a house. Your participation means so much. We couldn't do this without you. So, any questions? Come on, don't be shy. No such thing as a silly question, guys.
Donate and purchase from the Habitat Restore. That helps build houses.
No, you don't need to be able to hold a hammer. Anyone else?
We are thrilled to introduce you to the Restore Deal of the Week. Each week at the Dayton Restore, a particular item or department will be available for an additional discount. We've had 10% off cabinets, 25% off upholstered furniture, 10% off paint, and other great deals. The Deal of the Week helps us showcase items or departments that our community might not know are available at Restore and provides additional savings to our customers. Shopping at Restore is just one of the ways you can support Habitat for Humanity of Greater Dayton. Every dollar you spend at Restore helps us provide strength, stability, self-reliance, and shelter for local families. You can also donate to Restore. You can bring items to donate to our Restore or call 937-222-2296 to schedule your free pickup for large item donations. Restore is located at 115 West Riverview Avenue in Dayton, Ohio, between the Dayton Art Institute and White Allen Chevrolet. While you're at Restore checking out great deals, be sure to ask about our Restore Rewards cards. When you make a purchase, you'll be given a Restore Rewards card, and for every $10 you spend at Restore before tax, you'll earn a punch in your card. Once you earn 20 punches, you'll be able to save an additional $10 off your next purchase. Thank you for shopping at Restore and for supporting Habitat for Humanity of Greater Dayton.